a windward shore now. You know, the wind getting substantially affected by the shore.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow.
But Smeg and Rag jibing right inside the mark. Oh, we've got a bit of action here as well. That's C-Tech having a little look at our bow. We've got Ilve inside us as well. They're going to have to drive probably around the back of us. I imagine would be their safest manoeuvre. Finport's going for a swim. Birkenhead Point Marina going for a swim. It's got awfully fresh down here. This is the graveyard slot, the leeward end. Always going to happen. It's always going to be tough down here. There's a seaway too, Bucko, isn't there? A nasty old seaway here. Big puffs, and it's shifty. A really big boat handling challenge.
This is the Sailing World and Water for March 2020. Here are the highlights globally of sailing last week. We start this week's program with the JJ's 18-footers Race 1. The route for the ocean race for 2021-22 has been released. This is it. The final day of the 2020 Melges Nationals in Adelaide. The MC 38 class have their final day on Sydney Harbour. And we wrap the 52's Super Series in Cape Town. Now, race 1 of the JJ's.
Welcome viewers, Sydney Harbour, 14 March 2020, Heat 1, JJ Giltinan. The Kiwis have arrived. They were in form yesterday. We're looking forward to a rather different Sydney Harbour today, cold, southerly, with sprinkles of rain. I'm Andrew Buckler, with me today on the camera cat, Michael Chittenden, Mark Healy, Joan Fury, Piers Hasgard and John O'Witty operating drone components.
Just coming up to 15 seconds to the start. Plenty of boats pushing towards the middle of the line, this end of the line. Bucko, what are you seeing?
No, I think the line's pretty good. And Tech 2 certainly working very hard at owning the boat, and they're in a bit of danger here.
Yeah, they're in a fair bit of danger, but the space has come to leeward. There's the gun, they've fired that away, bang on time. Tech 2 at the end have actually got plenty of space. They're hard right, they are a little bit late, but they're going to get away with that.
That won't worry them at all.
Ilve having to slow down to get a space in there, as a Maersk line down at this end of the line. But all the rest of the fleet are away. Rag and Famish making a great start of the committee bed in the line. Winning group in the middle, Finport in the middle, looking pretty good shape. Certainly Tech 2 not winning that start by any means. They're a long way back, but they are in the hard right. They have got clear air. You can see them in the middle of the camera right now. They're just going to have to try and hold a lane on Birkenhead Point Marina. No way Tech 2 can tack away at this point. They've got Kitchen make it too close to them. But I tell you what, who did make a nice start out of all that is Honda Marine. They started in the middle of the line. As I just said that, yeah, Tech 2 did manage to tack away. They got just enough space. So Tech 2 have tacked away. They're already hard right. They're going to go all the way to the right-hand side of the beat for clear air. The middle of the line, our leader is Honda Marine, with Rag and Famish just up to windward in decent shape. URM and Smeg also in close company. And down to leeward of them, it's Finport and Winning Group. And we are just following on the leaders of the port hand side. There's Noakes Blue, Noakes Red. Don't often see the two Noakes boats together. Yvette Heritage, plenty of speed today. Look at that, she's just pushing away from Noakes Red and sailing higher. She's going to cross a whole bunch of starboard tackers. Noakes Blue with Yvette skippering, the only female skipper in the fleet. Currently looking like she might be leading the fleet. She's a big lefty. She's going to cross Honda. I think Noakes Blue are the leader in the fleet.
He's going to cross them.
New leader. And Noakes
Call
Red
the race off
second.
now for a bit.
No, it was a big moment in skiff racing. It's a long time since we had a top female skipper. Adrian Cahalan is the last one who's truly competitive, but Yvette's been nibbling away at this fleet. Well, a long way to go in this race, but it would be awesome if she could be first, the top mark in race 1. Let's see how well they can tack. The two Noakes boats go simultaneously. I'm not sure they're going to lay. It's so shifty, anything can happen here.
Pretty hard right. I think they'll be pretty good, Mark.
I think we may have a different leader up here, boys.
And the guys that have come from the hard left have come with some new pressure.
These guys are overlaying. This is going to be all on at the top mark. Winning Group and Finport coming out of the left with a great local lefty, with the two Noakes boats full two-sail reaching, flat out here at a righty. Big port starboard issue coming here between Noakes and Finport. Oh, that looked pretty average from Finport. Winning Group in all sorts of issues there. There's going to be a big port starboard call there. Oh! Noakes Red go around the outside. Winning Group have got a boat up their inside. Noakes Blue around the outside as well. Bucker, how did you see that incident?
It was all a bit much risk taking for me, mate. Yeah, I don't know if there's an infringement there, but winning group certainly pushed their luck pretty hard.
And at the end of all that, Honda Marine, who were definitely leading halfway up the beat, go round probably in 10th. Honda Marine do a jibe set to get out of the way. Tech 2 are behind Honda Marine, so our two favourite boats are outside the top 10. And in the end, the boat to the first mark, depending how you read the rule book, was either winning group or Noakes Red. At this stage, it looks like the leading group have become the left-hand peloton, the mini peloton. And it's, you can see on camera, a great camera shot we've got for you here, considering the conditions. Yeah, it looks like it's a beautiful day in Sydney Harbour, I promise you it's not. Honda Marine, our current champion, come to defend their title here on Sydney Harbour, showing us a little bit of airtime there. Honda Marine, the leeward of the three, hard into the shore. There is Shaw and Partners with the red spinnaker, and in the middle of the sandwich, that is Tech 2 also with the red spinnaker. That looks like our leading group. Is it? I think it's just better pressure, isn't it, Bucko? They've just got more fast forward here.
Well, they can better, you know. In the drone, you know, really. Jimmy, if we hadn't seen this live, I wouldn't have believed it.
No.
You know, Tech 2 was not even big fleet at the first mark, and they're now nearly in the lead. Oh, and now Honda Marine caught and started with Shaw Partners.
Just a little strategic luff, a little rag, just to make sure that Shaw and Partners can cross them cleanly. So Honda Marine don't want to jibe, they like the way they're going, and the rest of the fleet coming this way. Winning group, who are the best of the right-hand boats looking downwind, they've seen the damage being done to them by this left-hand group, and they're crossing over this way as well, as is Noakes Red, as are URM and Royal Oak.
Whoa!
Whoa! That's Smeg and Rag jibing right inside the mark. Oh, we've got a bit of action here as well. That's C-Tech having a little look at our bow. We've got Ilve inside us as well. They're going to have to drive probably around the back of us, I imagine would be their safest manoeuvre. Finport's going for a swim. Birkenhead Point Marina going for a swim. It's got awfully fresh down here. This is the graveyard slot, the leeward end. Always going to happen. It's always going to be tough down here. There's a seaway too, Bucko, isn't there? A nasty old seaway here. Big puffs, and it's shifty. Really big boat handling challenge.
It was pretty impressive though. You know, the top 8 boats got round there perfectly, or more or less perfectly. And then the next 10, most of them were...
Bought the entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, I think David McDermott, with all their experience, he'll still be just slightly relieved to know that he's made a comfortable cross.
Yeah.
He's within 30 seconds of the finish. An unusual race, an unusual finish position. Unusual to have the L flag in use.
Unusual for it to rain the whole race too.
Yeah, unusual for us to feel quite so cold in Sydney in March. But one thing that's not that unusual, Honda Marine about to cross the line in first position, reigning champions, starting off the series with full intent. Sue Ellen's got some questions to answer from Jimmy Bury, but no doubt the Kiwis starting to defend their title in the way that they would hope to do so. A win by Honda Marine, not a commanding win, not a dominant win, but a win all the same. Second position, Shaw and Partners, great job by James Doran. He's been one of the top Aussie boats for a while, but certainly not the top boat in the last few months, but he's just stamping a little bit of authority on the fleet himself with a rock-solid second place.
Well, we're here at the Adelaide Sailing Club for the final day of the Melges 24 Nationals. It's been a great week so far, however, it's been a little bit light, and today the sailors are getting what they've asked for. It's big breeze and big swell, exactly what the Adelaide sailors are used to. So Robbie Doosan and the team on Red Mist have a 1-point lead over rivals Sandy Higgins and the Scorpius team. But with the big breeze today, we think that the experienced Red Mist team can flex their muscle and hopefully come away with their second national championship in a row. We're here with Dan O'Connell, the skipper off Cowabunga. Now, Dan, not a great day for you guys. You lost the rig. Tell us a bit about what happened there.
Yeah, well, we're the third one for the weekend. We're all going to have a good look at our rigging, I think, over the next few weeks and regroup. Yeah,
for sure.
First kite of the day, pop, bang, down came the side stay. So
it really was a breezy day, and the swell here off Adelaide Sailing Club as well is what it's quite renowned for. Tell us a little bit about what the conditions were like out there. Even though you're out there for a short time, it was still pretty hairy, wasn't it?
yeah, I think when the wind first came in, it was fairly gusty. So we probably caught a couple of big gusts, but it seemed to moderate a bit after that. But yeah, we just upset that we're missing all the downhill rides. Yeah.
Well, we've wrapped up the final day of the Melges 24 Nationals. We're here with our new national champion, 2 in a row now. Robbie, how does it feel?
Oh, look, it feels great. I mean, it's always a lot better winning. We sailed really well today. I got a really good crew there. They just do everything right. I can just do whatever I want, and they just fix things.
Fantastic. Well, you have talked a lot about your crew this week. They seem not to make mistakes too often, especially in that breeze. You really flexed your muscle today.
Look, they're all good sailors in their own right. I mean, we got, telepathy more or less. We all know what each other's thinking, and sort of we try and commentate the race the whole way through so everyone knows exactly what's going on, and so it makes it a lot easier. And we're confident with our boat speed, we're confident with our crew work, and we're confident with our rig changes.
A testament to the class as well is some of this great culture. I mean, keeps a lot of the same people coming back to do these regattas year in, year out. What have you sort of found about the Melges culture over the last few years? It's quite infectious, isn't it?
Well, it's really infectious, but the beauty about the class right now is there's a lot of young guys, especially from South Australia, that are keen, that sort of thing. I like talking to the young kids. I like when the young kids come up and ask you questions or take the piss out of you or wherever. It doesn't matter. I love it. The class is good. Even though the fleet was quite small this year, the quality was really good. I mean, having Sandy Higgins, Dave Alexander, Kevin Nixon, Pete Kendall, and all the others. They're all good sailors. The 1%ers are the key. If you can't sail under pressure, don't get in this class. Yeah. That's the beauty of it.
is the first time that the 52 Super Series has been in the Southern Hemisphere, here in Cape Town. It's going to be a 6 regatta season.
That was Tina's and my idea to bring everybody here, and who would have thought that we have a day like this?
It was a great opportunity, first and foremost, from the Platiners, who have been really active in the class. They really wanted to be able to bring this show here, and this year with the 6 races, it's close to 60 races and they all count, and it's really pretty impressive watching how hard the teams have worked to prepare for it.
This makes it a long season and the pressure is to be competitive from the very first day. But there's also time and opportunity to enjoy and embrace the vibrant cultural melting pot that Cape Town now is.
I've never been here before. It's a spectacular place to come to and to sail.
It was a dream for me to come in South Africa for sailing, and we are very happy even if we are not first.
From about 15 or so years ago, South Africa wrote itself into sailing history with the emblematic Shosholoza America's Cup campaign, a programme which really punched above its weight on the strength of passion and team spirit. It launched the professional careers of many South African sailors in this fleet, and now there are hopes that the 52 Super Series in Cape Town will ignite a similar positive legacy.
Without Shosholoza, we probably wouldn't have been here, you know. We all got thrown in the deep end, a little bit naive, and we had a great 5 years out of it, and fast forward 15 years and here we are. It's unbelievable.
Even after all these years, it's a great feeling to see an old teammate of yours. It left a big mark on all of us.
There are 1 or 2 new faces in the fleet though, as Azura draft in Michele Paoletti as their new tactician.
It's super to sail with this boat and especially with this team.
The down-to-earth, friendly Italian replacing Olympic legend Santi Lange, while laid-back American Jonathan McKee, himself a double Olympic medalist, steps onto Brunello to partner longtime pal and adversary Morgan Larson.
I'm really honoured to have the opportunity to be here and to sail at this level. It's really exciting.
And the French Paprec team are also back on the circuit. "2020 will usher in new initiatives and continue some existing themes in the circuit's drive for a more sustainable future for us all." Before the regatta started in Cape Town, a group of very enthusiastic youngsters from Mossel Bay's Skipper Foundation, an organisation which seeks to give youngsters an introduction to sailing and to the life skills and possible career options which might be opened by an interest in sailing.
They will learn about to dream. You know, to dream is something, if you don't dream, you can't go forwards.
I think we are on a good way and we should do it everywhere.
And all of the regatta's unused food has been gathered each afternoon and very quickly redistributed through the local Food Forward organisation, which is the largest and most active food redistribution initiative in South Africa.
I'm very happy that everyone, even the team, they found the solution, which is to help the people who need the food.
The regatta itself is supported by Odzala Discovery Camps.
The Odzala Discovery Camps are about conserving the Congo Basin rainforest, which is the second biggest rainforest after the Amazon. So there's a park up there that we currently in the Odzala Kukua National Park. We've got 3 tourist camps there where you can go and hike to see gorillas, you can do wildlife tracking in cars, you can canoeing on the rivers. And it's all about creating sustainable income for the local communities so that they don't have to either poach animals in the park or work in the logging concessions, which basically decrease the amount of trees.
Day 1. It's a dream start to the event for the hosts Team Phoenix, as local knowledge certainly helps out on the racecourse. Assoplatiners Phoenix 11 are leading on the left side of the course early on and go on to win the first race. They fight back in the second contest to finish third behind Allegri, who won the second race. Phoenix 11 give the home supporters reason to cheer at the top of the table after day one.
Table Mountain, fog outside. This is perfect sailing. Can't get better.
The second day, the breezes remain in the 10 to 16 knots. The regatta leaders Phoenix 11 extend their lead as they reel off a second win in the first race of the day. Sled have an unfortunate collision with training partners Allegra during the first race of the day. Damage to their carbon standing rigging means they can take no further part of the regatta and are sidelined, forced to accept average points.
The real disadvantage for us is not being on the racetrack and learning for the Worlds as well. You know, it's giving all these guys another 3 days of sailing and racing amongst themselves that we're going to miss out on.
Meantime, Azura strengthened their hand with a pair of second places, finishing second behind race 4 winners Brunasek, while unfortunately Phoenix 11, the home team, struggle with a couple of technical breakdowns.